I have no clue, to be honest. Alright, so that is it for qualifying session 1 for Group 1. Randy racing right now the fastest with a 122.354. They do get another session here just after this, another 10 minutes. It is set up as a race. Doesn't matter where they finish, they just get another 10 minutes on the track to put in a best overall lap time from either session. So that is it for qualifying session number 2 for Group 1. We're going to take the times and put them together now with Group 2. We do have enough to run an LCQ tonight, so we do take the top 8. The rest of the riders will move on to the LCQ, which will take the top 3 from there. So we will be back in just a moment. So 450 LCQ, this is round 8. We got Hunt Clap, Slow J 801, Lano 132, and Taco Burrito 67 taking the top 3. And we got 4 riders, so 1 rider fortunately will not make it. Score them points though for the next position out, but only 3 of them going on to the motos. Let's see here who's going to grab the whole shot. Looks like Lano 132 with a good jump. He's going to get the whole shot. Hunt Clap's right behind him. Taco Burrito and Slow J back here in 3rd and 4th. Slow J getting a little wild over the triple. This is a mud race this week. As you can see, the rain coming down, so it makes it really difficult for the riders on this track. Only 3 go through. Hunt Clap's trying to pull away early. Does not want to deal with the traffic behind him. Get caught up in any accidents. Doing a good job now getting away. Mistake out of Lano, goes off track but comes right back on, but in front of Taco Burrito. And Lano just coming up short on the triples. Taco Burrito underneath them. They both come together and both go down. Taco Burrito gets reset, kind of ahead it seemed like. That was odd. Both about in the same area, and Lano into the tough blocks. So not the start that he wanted, but Slow J now with mistakes. So Hunt Claps staying consistent, mistake free, and pulling away. Lano still has a chance here with these 2 battling. Just needs to get up there and find the lines that needs to hit. Another mistake. Looks like going into the tough blocks. That's not what you want to do. Especially on this track, he's already lost a lot of time. Your top 3 pulling away. So tough break. Really wanted to see him make it into that top 3 in the main. And a minor mistake there from the leader, Hunt Claps, going down, still out front. Has a solid gap over 2nd and 3rd. Slow J a little off the side there in the whoop section, but he's going to save it. Stays up in 2nd. Taco right behind him, putting the pressure on him. Do say though, all the riders, I like Slow J's kit, they all black. Taco's nice. And Lano, so he's got the wood kit going every race on that Honda. Hunt Claps out here in the lead. Slow J showing the front wheel there inside that corner. Trying to catch up to the leader, showing them maybe he can run with them. See what happens here. Hunt Claps has been doing a good job pulling away from these guys, but Slow J seems to be finding some speed. So this turned away for his 2nd there. Looks like Hunt Claps did make another mistake. Slow J got by him, but sounds like he looped it out on the track, but still in the top 3. These guys don't have to worry. Lano's made a couple of small mistakes early that really dropped him back. Now everybody else is pulled away. Still got to give it up to him. Always showing up each week. Not quitting early like some riders would. He's sticking it out, even though he knows he's not the top 3. A lot of other riders usually would just be done by now, and that would be it. So, it's a class rider. Good to have him racing in the series. Hopefully, to see him in the main event here sometime soon. Alright, so this is the last lap here. Hunt Claps coming through the final section. Going to take the win in the LCQ, make his way to the A main moto. Slow J as well, first main event for him. And Taco Burrito, first time in the 450 MX. Like I said, I got to give it up to Leno, sticking through the race. Any other riders would have been gone by now, but stuck through it. This mud was definitely a challenge for these guys, and a small mistake and lose a lot of time. That's unfortunately what happened to him, but doing good out there on the number 132. Get him some points for that 12th place spot. If something maybe happens and the spot opens up, we will invite him. That is it for your LCQ, your top three making it through: Hunt Claps, Slow J801, and Taco Burrito. So we will be back in just a moment for Moto number 1. Alright, so here we go. This is Moto number 1. Now, we got our keys to the race, same as yesterday from the 250s. Carry your momentum, save your clutch, and run some consistent laps. This mud is difficult and easy to make mistakes in. These riders need to stay consistent. Go Hunt Claps. Hunt Claps needs to take a quick bathroom break. We're going to give them approximately 20 seconds here as we go over the keys to the race. Carrying your momentum. You got to stay up on this track. There's not a whole lot of technical jumps, but you do have some switchback sections, so you want to make sure to hit your lines perfectly. And save your clutch. Well, obviously it's not going to go out in the race here since it's a video game, but got to make it seem realistic. But consistent laps are real. Don't want to make mistakes or else you're going to drop back very fast. So that is your keys to the race here. 30-second board about to go down in just a moment. Gonna give them about another 10 seconds. Alright, so they are here. This is Moto number 1. Now your fastest qualifier was MOA 51. So let's see what happens here. Who's gonna grab the whole shot? MOA 51 getting a good jump. And he's going to get the whole shot, so a good start for your fastest qualifier. A couple of guys into the tough blocks there. Taco Burrito grabbing a good start after going through the LCQ. But Moa doing what he needed to do, get out front early and try to pull away from the pack. OTR legit now up to second place. Taco Burrito in fourth, getting shuffled around here. A few riders around him. Dirt Shark going to make the pass. Slow J just behind this battle here in sixth. He's been really finding some speed on this track and is making some passes early. Now up into the top 5. And we got Sketchy MX in 7th, JR Scott in 8th, Miso Gaiman in 9th, Hunt Claps 10th, Slick Joey in 11th, Slow Jake now up into the 4th spot. He's just behind OTR. OTR just making a few mistakes. We got Mo and Randy 1 and 2. Slow J though really finding some speed. Don't really want to call him Slow J. Definitely not slow in this race because he is on a move. Sketchy MX down to 5th. Taco Burrito dropping back another couple spots, so had a good start. These guys are on a mission the first lap to try to get out front early and pull away. We're going to go on board right now with this battle here in the top 3. We got Moa, your leader, Randy Racing in 2nd, OTR in 3rd. And we do have a mudder this week. It's been raining and qualifying in Moto 1. It will just be a wet track for Moto 2. That's how it was ran for the 250s. OTR here in a battle with Randy Racing, trying to go around the outside. Not the best way, but it can work. Randy Racing, though, did a good job holding his line off. Sketchy MX here in 4th place, making his way past Slow J. Sketchy MX has really found some speed lately. Been running up towards the front last week. We got a couple of guys behind him, Slow J and JR Scott. Into a battle now. JR Scott getting a good run over the roller. Slow J with a mistake over the triple. He's figured out how to nosedive off the jump though. He's about to case it, but managed to clear it. Hunt Claps, meanwhile, up to 6th now, just flying past these guys. I didn't even notice him making the pass. Now into the 6th spot, and he can see 4th just ahead of him with OTR and Randy Racing in a battle, so this can get close very quickly if these guys start to catch up to your top 3. Is a bit one-lined in some areas. There is one problem with the mud. Are kind of forced into one area. Hard to go outside. Hard to carry your momentum in some corners. So these guys really just forced to follow each other and wait for a mistake and wait for the opening. Some of these berms. OTR trying to go up the inside. Randy Racing able to carry his momentum. Hunt Claps now making up even more ground, up to 4th. He's got by JR Scott and Sketchy MX. JR Scott getting a fast drive through the loops. Hunt Claps going to try to cut back underneath. Sketchy MX on the inside. Sketchy MX getting reset as he gets bumped off at Hunt Claps because he tried to make the pass on the inside, but a little aggressive. And it shot him back underneath. Sketchy MX, though, meanwhile, starting to catch back up at Slow J, going to make the triple-triple. Sketchy MX, Slow J, and Hunt Claps in a good battle here. Sketchy MX just into the tough block. Slow J didn't look like he got hit by him. Let me see there. Take a look on the stream on the Twitch here and see what happened, but I think he just kind of slid out in the sand as the back wheel got on top of the berm. So JR Scott in 4th place, Sketchy MX and Hunt Claps. We're in a battle. Hunt Claps now kind of fell back a bit after making it pass by them both. Got a lot of time left in the race. 15 minutes to go. We're only 5 minutes in. Randy Racing and OTR having a good battle. They've been going at it each lap so far. MOA starting to pull away. And we got your top 2 in points. Kid Loki and BC are out of this. So really it is anybody's race, especially with this mud and the rain coming down. MOA, your fastest qualifier, showing these guys it is no fluke. He was the fastest for a reason. Getting it done early and pulling away. So OTR and Randy Racing have their work cut out for each other, trying to pull away from one another. OTR currently ahead, trying to catch your leader. JR Scott back here in 4th, dealing with the pressure of Sketchy MX. Hunt Claps trying to catch back up to those 2 with Taco Burrito behind him in 7th place. Slow J here in 8th. Haven't mentioned these guys yet. Let's go back here. We got a good battle. 9th, 10th, and 11th. Dirt Shark, Slick Joey, Misael Gaming. Yeah, these 3 were in Group 2 qualifying, so I'm sure they had some fun in their qualifying group. Looks like they're enjoying the racing out there right now. They're just having fun. Slick Joey, though, with a mistake, coming back on the track, it seems. So he got reset there, so Misael Gaming and Dirt Shark going to pull away just a bit. Slow J, another mistake. Oh man, that's a tough one. Into the tough blocks, gets turned around. So Dirt Shark and Misael Gaming gonna pull away from Slick Joey and pass another rider. Taco Burrito here, the good run in 7th after making it through the LCQ. Hunt Claps, another mistake. So that's not what we want to see. Sketchy MX and JR Scott pulling away. Go back to the battle here, 2nd and 3rd. Randy Racing and OTR legit. Slowly closing in on MOA, it looks like. So they may be in a battle with each other, but they seem to be pushing each other, finding a fast pace as they're catching your leader. The rider on the move through the pack. OTR legit starting about mid-pack. Now up towards 2nd place. You can see your leader grab the pole shot and pulled away early. So led all of this race so far. OTR trying to change that. 12 minutes to go, almost nearing the halfway point. Your top 3, MOA 51, OTR legit, Randy Racing. And we got JR Scott in 4th. He seems to be starting to find his speed. So he's now pulled away from Sketchy MX. Hunt Claps just ahead here with Dirt Shark, closing in behind him in 7th after a few mistakes. Misael Gaming right behind those 2 as well. And then we got Taco Burrito who's dropped back to 9th. Yeah, we got Slow J in 10th and Slick Joey in 11th at the moment. Out front right now, MOA 51, number 851. Been getting faster each week and taking advantage of having the top 2 in points out tonight. Kid Loki and BC 282 not racing. So it is anybody's race, and we got a mud race tonight. So MOA showing these guys how it's done, but OTR trying to make the charge. He is getting closer each lap. You can now see the numbers on the back of his jersey. See what happens this lap. MOA starting to pick it up a little bit, but OTR just really finding a rhythm in the mud. Randy Racing doing a good job as well, keeping up with those 2. You can still see him, but OTR gapping him just a bit after making the pass a few laps ago. Got Sketchy MX starting to catch back up to JR Scott. And Hot Claps in 6th with Dirt Shark. Just a handful of bike lengths behind him. Miseo Gaiman and Taco Burrito now in a good battle for 8th and 9th place. As they come back around the first turn, Miseo Gaiman a little bit of mistake in the tough blocks. Taco gonna check up just a bit. These guys have been keeping it clean, having a good battle with each other. And now we got JR Scott, Sketchy MX going back and forth. Switchback section there, so really tricky. You have a lot of throttle control. And a mistake out of OTR in second. Went down in the sand. Just a small mistake and lost position. Now has to get back by Randy. Moa just making it over the finish line, and he crossed the start, so your top three is still very close. Anything can happen. We're halfway through now, 10 minutes remaining, plus 1 lap. Randy Racing getting the spot back, but OTR just behind him, only a bike length separating the two. The mud very tricky. These guys have to have a lot of throttle control. JR Scott and Sketchy MX going back and forth with each other. So battles all over the track. Let's go back up, 2nd and 3rd. OTR legit making the pass back again in the sand section. So that seems to be the strong suit area on track for OTR. Randy Racing now behind him, trying to find any weak parts of the area where he can make a pass. He is now chasing him down. That's what he wants to do, and he tries to stick to the front wheel inside. Stays low over the roller. He's going to make the pass. They both come up short on the triple. Randy able to make the 2nd triple. OTR now back to 3rd place. These guys are having a good battle with each other. I think both just riding very defensive and aggressive, but both have been having good, clean passes with each other. Still catching and keeping up with your leader. Moa still just ahead of him. 3 of them equally spaced. OTR pretty close to Randy Racing, and looks like Slick Joey out of this one. So 10 riders now. So 1 open spot for moto number 2. Sketchy MX still just behind JR Scott. Seems to have settled down for the time being, seeing that JR Scott might make a mistake. Just keeping up with them though. He's got a good gap between him. Unclaps just a little bit behind in the sand section. Dirt Shark still in about the same spot. These guys haven't really pulled away too much from each other, and Slick Joey back, so he must have lagged out, I think. So we'll get him back in Moto 2. Tough break. They did lag out. We are well over halfway through, so unfortunately unable to restart. Slow J here in 10th, making his way into the AMA through the LCQ. We only had 4 riders in the LCQ. It's still making it into the top 3, so well earned to make his way into the AMA Moto. Same for Taco, Burrito, and Hunt Claps. Hunt Claps, I know, not wanting to go through the LCQ, but made his way in, running in 6th now. What up, Plasma? And my apologies, I have totally lost track. Randy Racing, now your leader, Moa, has thrown it away. Something happening. Making mistakes and going down. So that was my bad. Moa back to 3rd place after leading all of the race. We got 6.5 minutes to go. Randy Racing, your leader, with OTR in second. As I said earlier, it is anybody's race. Your top 2 in points are out tonight. And with a mud track, anything can happen. As you can see, Moa going down. He's going to try to stay on the back of OTR to catch up to Randy, but at the moment, not happening as much. About equally separated, all 3 of them. We got JR Scott 4th, going away from Sketchy MX. Hunt Claps in 6th place, Miso Gaming in 7th, Taco still doing a good job staying behind him. As soon as I go to him though, he's over the bars in the sand. Dirt Shark back in 9th, Slow J here in 10th. Okay, let's go back out to your leader and see how he is doing on this lap into the loop section. Very tricky, they gotta have a lot of control of the throttle, especially into here, this roller. You don't want to send it too much. You don't want to lean the bike over too hard or else you can slide out. You want to stay low on that roller because this triple can be difficult. You can see Randy Racing greasing those triples there, hitting it perfect, going outside in this S corner. Opting to carry his momentum through those 2 corners. OTR legit here in 2nd. These guys still seem about equally spaced out from each other. Can't tell if they've really closed in too much. Just trying to find their lines and find anywhere they can make up some time. They've only got about 4 laps remaining, roughly 3 to 4 laps to go, I would say. So Randy Racing just wants to stay consistent, not make any mistakes. OTR in 2nd, Moa dropping back a bit now in 3rd. Seems like he's lost a little bit of time. Gotta give it to him though for ripping that hole shot and pulling away early, leading most of this race. But Randy Racing and OTR, they just seemed like they were on another level as they were catching him. And Moa just had to have gone down. Unfortunately, had missed it. So good race right now for your top 3. And the rest of the pack still in the same order at the moment. So keep an eye on this battle. OTR chasing down your leader. Mistake from JR Scott. Sketchy MX now going to close the gap back up. So an opportunity for Sketchy to make a pass and get to 4th. We got Hunt Claps in 6th. Hunt Claps off the track into the Cooper Tires Tough Blocks. That is not where you want to go. He's got a good gap over Miso Gaming. Taco Burrito into the back of Miso Gaming. A little aggressive there, but OTR now in 2nd, starting to close up to the back of Randy. It's getting closer each lap, but there's just certain sections where they'll close up and pull away from each other. So OTR just needs to find that one section he can really close in and try to make the move, but Randy doing a good job dealing with the pressure. Nobody cases that second triple there. OTR going to make the pass around the outside. Randy going to try to go inside. OTR goes outside, inside, stays ahead of him. So he gets a good drive through the sand rollers. This is a tricky section. You can really lose a lot of speed. Randy up the inside, a bit of a bump there. Tried to slow down, didn't take him out. Made sure to check up a bit. So OTR now your leader. Randy Racing in 2nd, trying to catch back up and get the pass back for the lead. We got just under 2 minutes and a lap remaining. So it looks like we should have 3 laps to go. Oh, still running in 3rd. JR Scott in 4th. The Sketchy MX in 5th. Randy Racing closing back up just a bit. It sounded like OTR making a mistake into the tough blocks, managed to stay upright. So Randy Racing looking for any opportunity to take advantage of. And another mistake in the triple section. He cases the first one, but able to nosedive on the second and clear it. So keeping up so far. See the clock winding down. It's going to be about 35 seconds when they come through. So not done quite yet. So they'll finish this lap. The next lap after that will be the final lap. So OTR your leader, Randy in second, Moa here in third. Sketchy MX now has made the pass by JR Scott for fourth place. But Sketchy MX going down in the sand, getting a little sketchy, going over the bars. Claps still running in a solid 6th place. Dirt Shark has made his way back up to 7th. He's behind Claps earlier. Can he catch up to him and make the pass? It's running out of time. Only 2 laps remaining. Misael Gaming here in 8th. And Taco in 9th. Slow J in 10th coming into the triple section. Leader casing those triples there, but he still stays up, doesn't go down. Randy Racing will close in just a bit, but not much. Good gap for your leader at the moment. Randy Racing just waiting for a mistake, hoping that something can happen. Oh, in third. Looks like he's caught up just a bit to these two. So the final lap now is OTR crossing through the finish. Randy Racing now going through, and JR Scott, or excuse me, Loa 51 going through in third. Final lap. Anything can happen in the mud race. Sketchy MX and JR Scott, a good battle going back and forth with each other. Stay on board with your top 3 now. Randy Racing in second, wants to get that win so bad. Trying to do what he can to catch back up to your leader. Looks like now on the position chart, Dirt Shark making the pass by Hunt Claps for 6th place. So Hunt Claps going to try to make a charge back. Going on to the final lap now. And Randy Racing starting to close in on OTR, coming down to the triple section. Can they hit it clean? They need to make it over. OTR makes it. Randy Racing makes it. They both make each triples coming into the S corners. OTR sliding out in the S turn. Randy Racing making the pass. OTR sliding out in the final corners. Randy Racing making the pass in the sand. Randy Racing with his first moto win. Gonna get the win here in round 8. OTR in second, and Moa gonna come through in third. Oh my gosh. Sketchy MX, JR Scott in a battle to the end. JR Scott getting wild. He goes off track. He needs to get back on. He's going to get reset, so Sketchy MX is going to get 4th. JR. Oh my god. Wow. Wow. In the words of how do you say his name? Is it Capo or Capo? Is it Capo? Capo? And as Capo would say, you hate to see it. OTR legit sliding out in the final corners. The physics getting the best of him. That is it for Moto number 1. Can't believe it. Fastest lap of the race, but sliding out. Their hands just getting numb at the end of the race. 20 minutes out there. A lot of racing. We'll be back in just a moment for Moto number 2. So Moto number 2 coming up here. Slick Joey back. I think he lagged down that first race, so he'll get credited for 11th. OTR coming back, trying to get this win here in Moto 2 to get the overall. Tough Moto 1 for these guys. So these guys now on a wet track. The rain has stopped, but it's still pretty muddy out there. Just waiting now on a couple of riders to ready up. We'll be underway with Moto number 2. This is round 8 of the 450 Motocross Nationals. Moa 51 getting third in that race after leading most of it. So we'll see what happens here, if he can get another good start. Looks like Dirt Shark getting a good job. And a couple of guys coming together. Dirt Shark getting pushed wide by Bike going off the track. Hunt Claps getting a good start. So Hunt Claps out front, grabbing the whole shot. Moa in second with another good start. JR Scott third. Slow J in fourth, grabbing another good start. So a couple of guys seem to really be good at the starts, and somebody coming into the back of another rider. That looks like Sketchy MX coming in hot to the inside. So some craziness here in the first lap. Hunt Claps though doing a good job at grabbing the whole shot, taking the lead, and trying to gap the field. These guys are all in a bunch. OTR trying to make his way through. Comes up short on the first triple. He's going to cost him some time, but then he makes up 2 spots. So anything can happen. Going back and forth now with Dirt Shark. JR Scott there as well. This is crazy. The first lap, everybody's bunched up. Miso game here in 8th. Randy racing in 10th. Not sure what happened to him, but a bad start in 10th. Not what he wants after winning Moto 1. Hunt Claps out front. Is that Randy that just went over? No, that was Taco. Okay, so I thought Randy went down. So we got about 4 riders here in a pack. JR Scott now up to 4th. So everybody changing positions. OTR in 7th after making up some spots. It is anybody's race. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 riders in this section here. And 1 rider just ahead. Taco Burrito now out of this one, unfortunately. I mean, it is slick, so he was just sliding a bit. I don't think he meant to kind of come into you like that. Mistake out of Slow J there, so those two are going to make up another spot. Dirt Shark coming up short on the triple. OTR going to make his way around him. Easy mistake there. Dirt Shark just coming up a little short. It's make or break section there. You got to get over both triples if you want to carry your speed. OTR now trying to make his pass on Sketchy MX. And now we have a new leader. Hunt Claps back to 3rd. Moa 51 in the lead. Moa 51 with an opportunity to get the overall. Randy Racing in 6th place. Moa 51 could go 3-1 right now and would be your overall winner. So we will see what happens. OTR can get up to 2nd. He would be your overall winner. Right now that is JR Scott in 2nd spot. Hunt Claps in 3rd. OTR just behind in 4th with Sketchy just behind him. Oh, and a mistake out of OTR, getting sideways in the sand. Almost pushes Sketchy off the track. They both save it. Gonna lose a little bit of time. And Randy Reason's starting to close in. So here we go. We've got a battle. And your leader is down, so now JR Scott to the lead. So we've had a few new leaders. Randy Racing leading in Moto 1 as well as Moa. And now we got JR Scott out front. Hunt Claps leading as well. And OTR leading the race, so many different guys leading anybody's race here. Sketchy MX just up the inside. OTR going to try to hold him off. He does. So Sketchy had to check up just a bit. Moa back by. Sketchy MX in the 4th place. Randy Racing 5th. Mistake, it looks like OTR back to 7th with some work to do. He's got a lot of time still to work with. Slow J here in 6th. OTR making the pass on the outside. He's going to have the inside on this corner here. It looks like he's got the pass made. We got the 3-rider battle out front. Each one of these guys has held the lead at some point, and we're only 5 minutes into the race. Hunt Claps up the inside, checking up there. Had to slow down. He knew he wasn't going to clear over the berm. Don't want to get your back wheel popped up too much. You can go with bars. Sketchy MX here in fourth, starting to close up. Hunt Claps, a slight mistake going off the track. He's going to case the triple, and he's not going to make the second one. He goes down. Randy racing up to fourth. Everything is going on in this race. Everybody's swapping positions. Sketchy MX up to third now. Randy in fourth. Hunt Claps was up to first at one point, now back in fifth place. So everybody going back and forth. It is anybody's race. We're only 5 minutes in here. This race definitely a lot more interesting than Moto 1. Everybody a lot closer together. Moa trying to get the lead back from JR Scott. Now I gotta give it up to JR Scott. Leading this one at the moment, doing a good job. Not giving to any of the pressure from Moa there just behind him. But Moa really finding some speed through the sand, but just as I say that into the tough blocks, Moa gonna make his way by, or Sketchy MX, excuse me. So Sketchy now to second, Moa third, Randy in fourth still. Randy closing up on this battle. He now has a chance to go 1-1. Randy was as far back as 10th, so really making a charge. Got riders in both motos making charges to the front. Let's see what he can do with this one. Claps just behind him in fifth. OTR can see this battle as well. So really, it is anybody's race. Your top six are very close. 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th. Started to fall back just a little bit from those riders. Slick Joey and Slow J in a good battle, going back and forth with each other. Slow J showing a bit of a wheel, but he goes off track. Whoa, he gets reset, but then he kind of glitches out on the reset and gets off track again. That was weird. He got like all shaky on the track and then flew off and came back on. Alright, so let's go back up towards the front here. OTR starting to close up on Hunt Claps. Hunt Claps not where he wants to go. And sliding out, so OTR now moving into the top 5. Randy Racing and OTR having to make a charge again in this race. Randy Racing had to come from the pack as well in Moto 1, but this one coming from as far as 10th. See what these two riders can do. Moa third, Sketchy MX in second. Now Sketchy MX looking to get his first win as well as JR Scott, so some new winners here, possibly in Moto number 2. Sketchy MX was 4th in Moto 1. JR Scott with a 5th, so JR Scott right now will be looking at a 5-1, a 4-2 for Sketchy MX. Moa would have a 3-3, so they would all be tied. The Randy Racing would just edge them out with the 1-4. And OTR legit with the 2-5. So right now, Randy Racing still has the overall. JR Scott, Sketchy MX, and Moa. Those three would be tied. JR Scott would hold the tiebreaker, and then Sketchy, and then Moa. And Sketchy now into the lead. If he could go 4-1, that would be Randy's 1-4. And he's going to make the pass on JR Scott. He gets it done. JR Scott now in second. Sketchy MX making his way out front. JR Scott doing a good job leading for about 5 minutes almost. Randy here in fourth, trying to catch up. If he can get third, then that would give him the overall back. So he needs to get around Moa if he wants to make it happen. Right now, Sketchy MX looking at a 4-1. JR Scott now making his way by again, so it's not there yet. We're only halfway through. JR Scott, your leader. Sketchy MX momentarily out front, but 325 making his way back by. Let's go back here, third and fourth. Mo and Randy racing. OTR. You can see that battle ahead of them, just a handful of bike lengths back. We got Hunt Claps here in 6th, Dirt Shark 7th, Slick Joey 8th, Miso Gaming in 9th, and Slow J 801 in spot number 10. Tricks Sente 42. It has been a good race so far. Hopefully I pronounced that name right. JR Scott, your leader at the moment. Sketchy MX trying to apply the pressure. Again, it was raining in qualifying and Moto 1 all throughout the racing. Stopped here for Moto 2, so it's just a wet track. Still difficult conditions, very slick. These guys need to have a lot of throttle control. JR Scott doing a good job dealing with the pressure. Sketchy MX. Number 129 had made the pass for just a bit a lap ago, but JR Scott doing a good job getting by again. Moa in 3rd, Randy still in 4th, closing up a little bit each lap, but he needs to get by him if he wants that overall win. It's too bad they don't have pit board, have mechanics, and send him messages, tell him what they need to finish, but I'm sure he knows though. He needs to get up there. Sketchy MX still needs to get into spot number 1 if he wants that overall. So at the moment it is Randy's overall win. And a mistake out of the number 728. So OTR now in the 4th place. So that can change things up on the overall standings. OTR now is going to sit with a 2-4. JR Scott with a 5-1. But battling with Sketchy MX. Sketchy needs to get the pass done. Slow J now out of this one. Sketchy trying to make the pass. He's trying to go up the inside. Really hugging the inside, but unfortunately tried to go on the inside there. Hit the side of JR Scott and slid out, so now back to 2nd. Moa trying to put the pressure on. OTR right behind him in 4th, so it's going to come down to the end here. We could have a 4-rider battle for the win. So right now your top 3 is still tied. Moa going down. So now OTR into 3rd. Moa with a mistake, so Moa is going to go 3-4 at the moment. OTR with the 2-3. So at the moment, OTR would be your overall winner with 2-3 scores. Randy Rayson at a 1-5. The Sketchy MX actually would have the 4-2. And JR Scott that would be the 5-1. Sketchy MX at the 4-2. So that would be your top 3. Randy though might have a extra point because of getting 1st, so it could get interesting. But now Randy is in the 4th and has made the pass by Moa. So the overall standings changing each lap. And it's hard to determine now what it's going to be. Gotta give it up to JR Scott going at it out here in 1st. Sketchy MX trying to find some speed and catch back up to the leader. He knows he's got a shot. Anybody's race. He wants to get that win, but so does JR Scott. He's done a good job at not giving into the pressure. I got somebody joining. Hopefully that's not going to cause any problems, please. Sketchy MX in 2nd place. OTR really putting the pressure on him. OTR going to try to go up the inside. He makes the pass. Sketchy MX going to have to get on the brakes. Tries to go back up the inside, but OTR hugging it tight. So OTR now sitting at a 2-2. Still would give him the overall, but now he's trying to go for that moto win. You can see JR Scott up there. Sketchy MX going to try to keep up. OTR finding some speed here in the sand section. Randy in 4th. Moa 5th place. We got Dirt Shark, Joey, and Claps here. 6th, 7th, and 8th. 3-way battle in the back. Still some good racing back here though. All these guys really fast. Miso Gaming just a bit back in 9th. Looks like he's gone down. You can see the mud on the back of his jersey, but all these guys got mud all over him. It is a wet race out there. And Dirt Shark going down. So Joey up to 6, claps to 7, Dirt Shark dropping back. Let's go back out front now. Randy racing 4th, Sketchy MX 3rd, OTR 2nd, JR Scott your leader. 4 minutes and 40 seconds remaining. Anything can happen. The number 325 though, showing these guys he's got the speed as well and can run up front. These muddy conditions are really tricky. Can really bring out the skills in a rider. You gotta have a lot of throttle control on this track. OTR been really hugging the inside of that sand section. He's able to carry his speed. JR Scott gonna try to hold him off. OTR gonna go around the outside. JR Scott carries his speed, still has the inside, and holds the lead for now. So OTR gonna check up just a bit. Still got 4 minutes, just gonna play it safe. Putting the pressure on though to try to make him make a mistake. JR Scott coming up short on that second triple. OTR is going to go outside, inside. JR Scott tries to cut underneath, and OTR can make the pass for the lead. He doesn't want any repeat of Moto 1, so hopefully he can check out, put in some clean laps, and not worry about going down again. JR Scott in second has not been folding to the pressure, so let's see if he can stay focused and apply the pressure on OTR. Randy has dropped back a bit in third right now. Randy with the 1-3. And JR Scott out. I don't know what just happened. He just like disappeared. So JR Scott out of this one. I don't know what happened there. He just said disconnected and was gone. Very well could have happened there. Possibly lost power. So OTR your leader, Randy racing in second. These two would tie, but OTR going 2-1 would give him the win. He just needs to stay ahead and stay mistake free. Randy in second, still has a chance. You can see him ahead. And we got 2 minutes and 20 seconds remaining, plus 1 lap to go. Sketchy MX in third place. He can go 4-3. He would get on the podium with the 3rd overall. And it sounds like JR Scott did lose connection, so that is a tough break. So unfortunately, gonna have to credit him with 9th after running out there for so long, man. It really sucks. Can't control the technical difficulties sometimes. Which table are we talking about here? We're talking about the sand, this roller table here. Smokey Randy won the first moto, OTR got second. I'll have to rewatch the stream though. It was quite an interesting ending to that moto, I will say. Quite an interesting ending. That OTR now back out front. The 2-1 would get the overall win. Randy looking at a 1-2. Sketchy MX at a 4-3 would get him on the podium. So 2 laps remaining. Unfortunately, we've had some reset issues in the game when people will join in the lobby during the race. Unfortunately, it's just an issue with the game that is out of our control. So I do apologize to any riders that is affected, if that is the reason for J.R. Scott lagging out. Had a great race going out front, battling with OTR. So you can see the time has gone down now, 2 to go. OTR is still about the same gap ahead of Randy. So into the final lap now on cruise control. Is your leader, Randy in second, trying to make a charge. Moa here in fourth. He wants to get third overall on the podium. So Moa still has his eyes set on Sketchy MX, trying to make up some ground. He's going to really gain some time in the sand section here. Moa 51 on charge, final lap, round number 8 of the 450 Motocross Nationals, trying to get third overall on the podium. Sketchy MX currently holding that tiebreaker with the 4-3. Moa will be going 3-4. So we got ties for first and second, third and fourth at the moment. Let's go back out front to your leader, going through the loop section now, just about halfway through the track. Heading into the switchback section. This section really tricky. Really got to have some good throttle control there on the flat corner. OTR able to make it over the triple. And gets that second triple clean, so smooth sailing to the end. Advantage of top 2 in points being out. Kid Loki BC282 not here. OTR legit. It's going to go 2-1 for round 8. Grab the overall win in the mud. Randy racing here in second. Going to go 1-2. Still a lot of great racing. A lot of fast guys tonight. OTR grabbing the overall win and some good battles. And Sketchy MX going to go 4-3. Moa with the 3-4. So those two will tie. But Sketchy MX with the tiebreaker. A tough break for J.R. Scott, man. I feel bad for him getting disconnected. We'll credit him with 9th place there. Alright, so that is it for Moto number 2. OTR, your overall winner. Going 2-1, Randy racing with the 1-2. Sketchy MX going 4-3 for third overall. Moa 51 with the 3-4. And that's your top 4. We'll get the overall results posted later on. But a good race tonight in the mud. So that is it for 450 Motocross Nationals round number 8. But coming up tomorrow night, we got round 1, the Saturday Night Lights Supercross series. We got a 10-round series. We might have some announcements coming soon for some series prizes, so stay tuned. We will have a weekly Whole Shot Award for the main event. So be sure to tune in for that event tomorrow night at 10 p.m. Eastern. Get signed up if you haven't already. 450 class is a 10-round Supercross series. Don't want to miss out. Looking to line up some pretty good prizes for the championship, so stay tuned. Thank you guys for racing and tuning in tonight. We will see you back next time for round 9 of the Nationals and tomorrow night for round 1 of the Saturday Night Lights series.